Main Street Cycle in Mississippi sent me a great set of 3-foot long whip lights to evaluate. Now in this video, I'm going to quickly walk you through the installation process. And then, but let me just explain my planned use for them. They're going to be used on all of my future rides, and that means you're going to get real world evaluation while they're in use on the trail. Now, one of my issues is I have a carport with a roof clearance that's almost 7 feet tall, but the mounting location that I chose on the villain would have the tips at just over 8 feet tall, which would require me to disconnect them after every single ride. Now, Larry assured me that most of these quick releases, like this one has, as time goes by, they tend to stick and they become very difficult to take on and off. So he suggested I should get a roll bar mount, put them on there, carry an Allen wrench around, and anytime I need to move them up or down, I just use the wrench. Well, to me, this sounded like it'd be a real pain in the butt. Now, luckily, when I searched on Amazon, they did have a product that sounded like it might just work. And that's I hope I say this right, Xprite Whip Light Mount. So I ordered it, and I'm going to install it in this video. Super easy to put it on, and it has a pull-out quick adjustment function, making it very easy to change the angle with just a strong tug and a twist. So that way you move it to where it's parallel to the ground, easy entry in and out of the carport, or if you have a garage with a low ceiling, that would work great there too. Then when you're on the trail, for visibility, you just grab it, twist, pull it straight up, and that's perfect. Now, MSC was very generous. They included a set of whip springs for the lights. Well, this is really good because there's always things that are trying to smack me in the villain. With the springs, the whips should be safe when the brush gets in really close. Now, there's links to all of these products and a whole lot more in the video description. So the installation is really quite simple, but the wiring can be a bit complicated depending on whether you use all of the features or just a few and just how much you try to hide the cables. So today we did a basic setup because my main goal is visibility on the trails in the daylight, not all the other cool features that these lights have. And we're going for a ride tomorrow. If I start going out in the dark or parades or whatever, where I may need to come back and take advantage of some of the mini wiring features. And let me just show you real quick what some of those features are. So these lights are visible from 360 degrees, and they come with over 200 patterns built in. And some of them are pretty cool. The tubing is crystal clear, so it's very bright. The colors are just amazing. All those different combinations of colors and patterns pre-configured. Well, you can also create your own. And I may look into that later, but not today. And they did an upgrade function on this where you can actually wire it into your turn signal, your brake lights. So very cool stuff. And there's two ways to control it. The Bluetooth app, I checked it out, and that's when I saw some of the cool stuff I should have recorded, but I didn't. And then there's also a handheld remote control. And this came with what they call upgraded flag hooks. So you can hook both the top and the bottom of the flag to these hooks, and now it's standing out from the tube, which means it blocks minimum light, so much more visibility. So here's a quick overview of the installation process. So months ago, Larry talked me into adding some extra lights just in case I was ever out after dark. Well, the easiest thing to do when you're adding a bunch of accessories is a distribution block. And that's what we put up here in the front, ran a positive and negative back to the battery. Now, this allows you to add 6 accessories and provide the correct fuse for whatever power requirement they have. I got to tell you, Larry did most of the work. I was just the assistant. He's pretty handy to have around. The general idea here is to mount the whips wherever you want them, and you can see where I put them here on the roll cage in the back, so they're up really high. You hook up the power and wires to things like turn signals, brake lights, and etc. Today we just hooked up the turn signals to the switch I have in the dash and the power. So we're going to go really basic. And then to make it go super fast, I went with the easiest way possible, which is routing the cable along the roll cage using zip ties. We were done in a flash. So I'll use that switch on the dash to turn the lights on anytime we're driving on the trail. And hopefully this is going to allow other people to see the villain and not crash into me.
You're live.
They fold up, they fold down. No more taking them on and off if you get a short garage door. You can put them in any position you want to, all the way down to there. So when you drive, you can have them down, not a problem.
Now, I'm sorry this video is not more detailed, but it's been a very stormy and hectic week, and I wanted you to see this before the whips appear in one of my off-road videos. Thanks for watching.